What's up guys, hope you're well. Before we start, I would really appreciate if you can take a moment to like this video and consider subscribing if you haven't already, as it helps this channel grow and any support is truly appreciated. So with UFC 251 now behind us, time to reflect on the main event between Jorge Masvidal and Kamaru Usman. Usman dominated the fight on the scorecard and did what most of us thought he was going to do, which is grapple and tire out Masvidal, who had taken this fight on a 6 days notice. However, I'll be honest and say that wasn't really Usman's best performance, and though he dominated on the scorecards, I'm not sure if I truly think that was a domination, and I'm slightly disappointed in the performance because I feel Usman could have attempted to finish Masvidal given how tired Masvidal was after the first round. I thought Usman played it very safe, and I think that is something he felt he had to do in order to win, especially after round 1, where Masvidal clearly got the better of him in the striking department. So in round 1, it was interesting to see Masvidal going for those low leg kicks to slow Usman down, and he did catch Usman with some good shots, which I feel made Kamaru wary of Masvidal's stand-up game. Jorge was very quick for Usman in the stand-up department, and it wasn't even a question as to who was better at the stand-up in that fight. Usman did catch one of those kicks and managed to take Masvidal down, but man, Masvidal got back up so quick against a high-level wrestler. And like I was saying in my breakdown, Masvidal's grappling is very underrated. I mean, we all saw what Usman did to Woodley, but Usman really wasn't able to replicate that on Masvidal, who, in my opinion, clearly had a much better takedown defense, and you could see that this actually exhausted Usman as well in the later rounds, as it takes a lot of effort to go for those takedowns. But rounds 2, 3, 4 and 5, I mean, Usman just clearly took those away on the scorecards because of the cage control and the positioning in the fight. But I was disappointed that Usman just didn't try to hurt Masvidal or take him out. He held him in those clinch positions at the cage, and I can see if you're trying to wear Masvidal out early by gassing him, but even later on when Masvidal was clearly tired, Usman could have tried to punish Masvidal there and be more active, but chose to clinch with Masvidal just to avoid him getting any distance on him to stop that striking. But I think this was because Usman didn't really have much success in terms of getting takedowns, and even when he did, Masvidal got back up a lot faster and didn't give Usman an opportunity to recover his stamina. In those clinch positions, I could see the referee separating the two fighters because there really wasn't much action apart from those toe stomps, and had they really been separated on a few occasions, I think we could have seen more display of striking from Usman and Masvidal. Normally I wouldn't be that critical because Usman versus Woodley, in my opinion, was a much better fight because Usman was damaging Woodley in those clinch positions and was being very active and really trying to finish Woodley. But against Masvidal, this simply wasn't the case, and it really felt to me like Usman was genuinely concerned about Masvidal's striking, to the point where all he wanted to do was clinch him against the fence and just try to grapple him. Again, Masvidal tried to set up some of his shots, but Usman did a great job adapting and catching Jorge's kicks and turning them into takedown attempts. Not takedowns, but even these attempts made Masvidal cautious of landing those kicks. In the later rounds, Masvidal clearly did not have enough in the gas tank to really threaten Usman with his power, because he just did not have enough pop in his punches. And I really think that should have been when Usman powered through and tried to finish Masvidal, because remember, Usman was in top shape and ready to go 5 rounds, and I feel he could have used that to really turn up the pressure at the end and hurt Masvidal and try to get that finish. Even then, it seemed all he wanted to do was just grapple with Masvidal and just stop him from being able to throw any strikes. In those clinch positions, Masvidal did have some success with those short elbows and knees, and he was able to create some distance at certain occasions. But again, I just did not think Masvidal had enough in the gas tank to sustain that over the course of 5 rounds. But we need to remember, both fighters took this fight on such a short notice, so I'm not shocked that their performances were a little uncharacteristic. I would really like to see this fight again where both fighters have had a dedicated training camp for one another, because let's be honest, neither is going to pull out and they're both way too tough, and it would be a much more interesting contest to see them both prepare thoroughly for one another. However, saying that, I think there's likely to be more improvement on Masvidal's side than on Usman's, as Masvidal can improve that gas tank so that he can have a better performance. And I don't think Usman's game plan changes much in a potential rematch, but I would like to see Usman dominate with his ground and pound, which we really did not see in this fight, and is the main reason why I don't feel this truly was a domination. Definitely a domination in terms of the scoring, but not in reality, especially given what Usman is capable of. But having said that, please leave your comments below on the fight and tell me what you thought of the fight and whether you agree or disagree with my assessment. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Thanks.